Hello friends, I'm here today to start my LoveNVegas signing vlog, finally. It's way later in the day than I anticipated starting it, but this morning traveling was a little crazy, so I needed a time to process. So it is Friday. I flew in this morning. My flight was at 6:55 Houston time. And I've only flown out of Houston once, but I picked people up from that airport a lot. And so I know how long it takes to get from my house to the airport. I know, and I gave myself plenty of time to get through security and to find the gate. And then on the way there, I got rerouted because there were storms last night that apparently had the road closed. So that was fun. It was a time. I made it to the gate like 15 minutes before the flight was supposed to take off. So that was stressful. I was very worried I was going to miss my flight. But yeah, the flight was no problem. But yeah, I think I got to the hotel 9-ish, maybe a little after 9 Vegas time. So I checked my luggage with the hotel and I decided to go walk around for a little bit. And I walked much further than I thought that I would, before I came back to, go for registration. Registration was at 12. I'll have to get it to show you in a minute. I didn't realize that they were giving like badges, like it's not the reader badges, because the reader badges you had to pay for, and I didn't think any of them were cute enough for me to want to pay for them. So I made my own, but they did give like a generic LoveNVegas lanyard thing. So I might just put the little tag that I made on that lanyard and kind of wear both of them. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. I don't have meet and greet tickets tonight, so I'm not going to that. I don't even know what time it is. Oh, it's about 5:30, so I think the meet and greet was at 5. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I came back and I registered, and then I started walking around the Miracle Mile shops. No, I registered and then I ate lunch. And then I walked to the Miracle Mile shops. I had lunch at Gordon Ramsay Burger. I'll put a picture of that. It was so good. Also, it was like, I don't know how, but it tasted like fresh tomatoes, like picked from a garden tomato, which is like the best kind of tomato. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. And then I walked to the Miracle Mile shops. About 2 o'clock, I hit a wall. I got so tired, and check-in for the hotel wasn't until 3. I even tried to do it like 2 minutes early, and it was like, you can pay $25 for early check-in. And I was like, no, I'll wait the 2 minutes. So I ended up on the 34th floor. I can see the Bellagio fountain. I am sitting by the window, so that's why I'm pointing that way. I can see the Bellagio fountain. I don't know if it's running. I heard something that it was like not running as frequently or not at all. I don't really remember exactly what I read. So maybe we'll see that at some point. It's not like the best view, but I can't see it. So I can see the Bellagio, and then the Cosmopolitan, and then the Aria. And then if I like that way is the football stadium. So yeah, a pretty good view. I like the view. I'm not entirely sure being down on the strip is for me. This is my first trip to Vegas, and it's a lot. It's a lot of bright lights, a lot of people. When I was walking earlier, like, you can totally tell like which side of the street the Formula 1 race is gonna be on, because they have it like as smooth as possible, and then the other side, the side that the Bellagio is on, is like as smooth as possible, and then this side is so bumpy. Like, I keep hearing cars like bouncing. But yeah, you can totally tell which side of the street the race is gonna be on. Also, travel, I want to call it hijinks, but I wouldn't even call it that. I don't even know what to call it. So I got to Vegas and I was like, you know, I think I left my Apple Watch charger at home. And I did. But you know what was on the Apple Watch charger? The watch. So I don't have my watch. I was like, I'm getting all these steps in. That's like what made me think of it. I was like, oh, I'm getting all these steps in. I'm gonna like hit my goals for the weekend. And then I was like, you know, I don't feel my watch. So I looked down and I was like, oh no, I lost my watch somewhere. Like, I swear I remember putting it on this morning. So I called my mom at home and I was like, I need you to go check and see if my watch is on the charger. And she went and looked and she was like, it sure is. And I was like, well, crap. I also forgot the lid to my cart. So that ought to be fun tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do for dinner yet. I may see if I can go downstairs and find somebody I know. I haven't seen anybody yet. So yeah, I will probably just montage the weekend. I'll throw in the pictures that I took when I was walking around earlier. And I will come back and update y'all probably tomorrow. Good morning, guys. It is Saturday. The signing is today, but I have the general admission, so my signing doesn't start until 1. It's about 9 now, so I'm gonna go try to find some breakfast. I actually slept really well last night. I thought I was gonna regret trying to power through the time difference, because Vegas time, I woke up before 1 a.m. And then had my flight and all that, and then I think I said about 2, I hit the wall of tiredness, and then I got in a room and I took a shower and I felt better, and I went and got an energy drink from the Walgreens next door. And I really thought I was going to regret that, but I got the energy drink, but I still kind of rested. I ate dinner. I came back. I think I got to my room back. I think I got back to my room a little before 9, and got ready for bed and went to sleep. And then I woke up at like 3 something this morning because my Instagram notifications were going off and I forgot to turn my phone on silent. But I like turned my phone, I turned the little clicky button off for the sound, and I was like, no, I'm not opening my eyes. I'm going back to sleep. And thankfully I did. And I slept until after 7. So I was able to slowly get ready. It's 9 now. Like I said, I'm gonna go grab some breakfast. I think I'm gonna walk across and see what's in the little center that's here next to the Cosmopolitan, or with the Cosmopolitan, next to the Cosmopolitan. I don't know how any of this works, honestly. I am so lost. But yeah, I think that's my plan. Go get some breakfast across the street, come back. I need to get my books ready. They're still all in my suitcase. My cart is empty. I have my keychains with me in case I run into anybody. I am wearing my Lila June shirt today, so I figure readers will know what's going on. And so if I see anybody, I'll give them some keychains. so it is Saturday night after the signing. I have like no video footage from the day. So this morning at breakfast, I thought I was gonna walk across to the Cosmopolitan, but there was a really long line for both of the breakfast places over there that I could see. I don't know if they have any more. Those are just the two that were like front and center for me. But they both had really long lines, so I did not wait. I came back over, and I was just in the like right when you walk into the Miracle Mile shops from that first door, there's an Earl of Sandwich, and I could see people were in there, but it wasn't like super busy. So I decided to see if they had like breakfast sandwiches, and they did. And while I was waiting in line, I started chatting with the lady behind me, and she was actually an author. So I ended up sitting with her for part of the day. Go ahead and start my haul off. I bought 2 of her books. She's Ivy Wild. I don't even think I said that. This one was a total cover buy. It was one of the first covers that I saw after we got to her table, and I was just like in love with it. And it's about a girl who is put into this arranged marriage with this like older mafia don, and then she starts falling for his bodyguard. And then she said this was a kind of a spin-off. She's trying to do this whole like mafia world. And this one is about, the series is about 4 brothers who are kind of just trying to figure out who's gonna take over for the dad. So I'm super excited about that. She was super sweet, so I can't wait to get to those books. She was super sweet all day. We chatted a lot about like why certain covers may work, why certain tropes may work a little bit better, as a like in comparison to like her looking at it as an author and me looking at it as somebody who reads and promotes books. So that was super fun. Yeah, so I pre-ordered a lot for this signing, but I only bought 7 other than what I pre-ordered. I did take a break. So I went in at 12 with Ivy Wild, but so like I was in there for part of the VIP time, and then the like regular general admission signing was 1 to 6. I think it was about like 4:30. I had seen everybody that I wanted to see, and so I like brought my cart back up to my room. I left all the books. I just took a tote bag and my purse back down with me, so I really think that helped. Normally at signings I try to like go around and meet a bunch of new authors, but I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it this time. It was a really good signing, like management wise, like it was spacious. I met up with Caitlin and Tiffany afterwards, and Tiffany was saying that like last year it wasn't like the best like space management. There was a lot of long lines and a lot of things that didn't really work. But she said that they really took the reader feedback and like created the one for this year, and I thought it was a really good signing. So other books that I picked up, I got On the Fence by J.S. Wood. It says it's in the 3 Rivers Ranch series. So it sounds like a second chance romance. It says, I was absolutely terrified to lose the love of my life, so instead of losing her, I pushed her away and made the biggest mistake of my life. Now her cousin tells me she's having trouble with her horse, and I'm the man who could help her fix it. She doesn't want my help, but she's smart and knows that I'm the only option within 50 miles. Maybe I'm not her first choice, but in my favor, I'm her only one. I'm given a second chance to make her see that I'm the man she loves and the one who loves her with everything he has. And even though I still feel that fear at the thought of losing her, I can't throw away my chance to make her mine again. And then it also had this cute little art print. And in my cowboy era sticker. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. It gave me very serious Elsie Silver vibes. So I can't wait. And then also she had these little novellas that she threw in for free. This is The Disaster on 21st Street. Oh, terrible lighting for this. Christmas plus wedding equals total disaster. I'm that girl. The one who dreams about her perfect wedding day. The one who thought about the dress, the cake, the flowers, the venue, the man ever since I was young. I'm the one who wanted it to be big and grand, tasteful and gorgeous, the event that everyone will remember for years to come, and they would come up to me and say, your wedding was the best wedding I've ever been to. That was the dream, but what really happened wasn't a dream at all. In fact, it was a total disaster. So I don't know what's going on in that. Looks like a Christmas novella. There's a Christmas tree on the back. So I saw this next cover in the Facebook group. I don't remember if it was yesterday or the day before, but yeah, I picked up Where We Started by Ashley Munoz. This is book 1 in the Stone Riders MC. They somebody posted this cover in the Facebook group, like I said, and when I saw it on the table, I just immediately knew I had to have it. Usually, watching a notorious biker club mourn the loss of their beloved president would be a dangerous choice. 10 out of 10 do not recommend, unless, of course, you're family. I didn't really consider myself part of my father's legacy until I found out what he left behind in his will. Property, 10 acres to be exact, which included the headquarters for his beloved motorcycle club. I had no idea that by accepting the terms of my inheritance, it would thrust me into a battle with the new club president. Wesley Ryan was unfathomably handsome, menacing and formidable in every way, but his derision towards me only made me cling that much tighter to my birthright. That is, until he decided to play dirty. Wes didn't just taunt me by bringing up our past. He wanted us to go all the way back to where we started. Back to when we were 9 and I was just the girl next door who snuck into his treehouse. Back to when he'd fight the boys who made me cry. Back to when he first kissed me and stole my heart. I had to remember Wes wanted to claim my father's property, not me. I walked away once. I just had to prove I was strong enough to do it again. How good does that sound? Y'all, how good. I love this. I can't wait. Another total cover buy that I picked up was the McKinley Ranch duet by Kylie Kent. The horseshoes are, can you tell that they're like bloody horseshoes? So this one says, Emily, I never thought I would be seeking shelter here of all places. I'm out of options though. I needed a place to hide out, somewhere I could get my bearings and develop a plan to get myself out of the mess I've landed in. It was a fail-proof plan. Then he found me. I've escaped one monster, only to be captured by another. He's determined to break me, to uncover the secrets I'm hiding, but this one secret I can't let him discover. Can I escape him before he ruins everything, before he ruins me? Josh, Emily comes crashing back into my life, bringing with her everything I was missing. But she's not the same girl I knew years ago. Gone is the girl who was always happy and eager to please everyone, the one who didn't let life get her down. She's conquered her demons, but they still haunt her whenever she closes her eyes. Her screams tear through the darkness night after night. She thinks she needs to get away, to keep running, to leave me behind. But I won't lose her again. I will slay anyone who thinks they could get in the way of me keeping her. So yeah, this one was a cover buy. But yeah, it sounds like a darker small town. Maybe a little bit of romantic suspense. I'm not entirely sure. And then I also picked up When It Rains, a dark mafia romance by Montana Fire. This one was another, she caught me with the foiling. But this one says, all wars start the same, with a pretty girl both sides want. Frost Industries was born from the blood of our enemies, forging the way for our family to walk the fine line between high society and the Chicago underworld. I've lived in the darkness almost as long as I can remember, so it made sense when I stepped into my role as enforcer. I take care of problems no matter the stains they leave on what used to be my soul. Until I met Emerson, her light shines so bright it penetrates through my cold black heart. I shouldn't want her, shouldn't muddy her with the darkness, but the moment I met her, she consumed me. And when she's under threat from our enemy, I claim her as my own. But how could she ever love a monster like me? So she had a little card. Yeah, she had a little card of like the tropes for each of the ones in the series. And this one is dark mafia romance, jealous possessive anti-hero, strong heroine, praise, age gap, touch her and die, BDSM, and he falls first. So that's why I picked up that one in the series, and because it's the first, and y'all know I like to read series in order. Those are all the ones that I picked up like while I was walking around. The rest of them are going to be pre-orders. So I did a Katie Ray pre-order. I met her at the bar at the hotel during Holidays with the Bells back in February, and she was talking about writing this series, or I thought she was talking about like just the series in general, but then when I was talking to her today, she said she just wrote them. So I picked up the Miami Inferno Football Club series. I don't know what order they're in, but they're soccer romances. I think she writes some poly as well. So this one is Twisted Assist. So So this one says, Trip. Why did I agree to help an old teammate that I barely even trusted? I wish I could tell you, but I was drunk and don't remember. Regardless, I kept my word and stood in for Hunter on a date with his ex. But unbeknownst to us all, she was a girl I already knew, already wanted, so I couldn't help that sparks flew and things went too far. I didn't regret it either. Tatum was the first girl that ever made me feel like I belonged in Miami, like I could have more than the lonely existence I thought I was destined for. But Hunter wanted her back and revenge on me, even going as far as targeting my soccer career, turning what was supposed to be a friendly assist into a twisted war, and putting Tatum in the middle, forcing her to declare a winner, leaving me to decide how low I was willing to go to get what I wanted. And this one is Scoreless Nights. As the goalie of the Miami Inferno FC, it was my job to keep everyone scoreless. So how did I end up being the one that couldn't score? The answer, Lily Harris, my stepsister and apparently my new roommate. My dad thought I could keep an eye on her and protect her while she was in Miami, but Lily and I weren't exactly one big happy family. There was a reason I had barely spoken to her since the day our parents got married, a secret I would never tell. Admittedly, having her there wasn't so bad though. Not once we worked out a few issues. She even agreed to help me out and be my fake date to a dinner. But that night changed everything. My scoreless nights were over. I just had to hope our parents didn't find out, because I would definitely be grounded for life if they knew the things I was teaching my innocent and overprotected little stepsister. And then this one is Reckless Goals. Despite being in my mid-30s and one of the world's best soccer players, I had never reached my main goals in life, to be a husband and a father. But after being left heartbroken and alone on the night I planned to propose to my girlfriend, I realized how reckless that goal was. Love, in general, was reckless. In order to keep from self-destructing, I'm forced to train with college soccer star Ashlyn Keller. She was young and naive too, caught up in her own life goals to focus on her game. We were on very different paths in life, but we found common ground on the playing field. It may have been wrong, but sparks started flying between us. And when we finally gave into each other, we realized that being a little reckless was exactly what we needed. That is, until my ex showed up. So maybe none of the ones in this series are poly, but I think she has written poly before. And then I also ordered the One Night in Sin City anthology. Ashton Brooks, Sarah Kate, Gail Harris, Rachel Lee, and Katie Ray. I did not get this signed by anybody. It came pre-signed with Sarah Kate, and I had Katie Ray sign it since that's who I picked it up from. But then I kind of forgot about it. And then I had a Laura Pavlov. I did her like series starter bundle. So I have Frayed from the Willow Springs series. I have Always Mine from the Honey Mountain series. And then I have Into the Tide in the Cottonwood Cove series. And I also have put 2 to this already as well. And then she had another little like Vegas little anthology that they did. This one is Adriana Locke, Laura Pavlov, Natasha Madison, Lena Hendricks, and Kat Singleton. And I got Laura Pavlov and Lena Hendricks to sign it, and then I forgot about it. Because I also met Lena Hendricks for this giant stack of pre-orders. So when I first said that I was going to the signing, I asked for recommendations from the list, and Morgan actually told me about One Touch by Lena Hendricks. This is the Sullivan Family series. And so I read this one and loved it. So I ordered this one and booked 2 in this series. And then I've seen a lot about this Redemption Ranch series, how it's kind of like a darker small town. So I don't think these are in order, but I got The Target, The Rebel, The Alias, and The Badge. So yeah, I ordered 2 complete series from her. There's a 3rd one in that Sullivan Family series, but I forgot to ask if she had any copies of it. So I'll just have to buy that when I get home. Yeah, that is my haul from the signing. It did pretty good. Like I just got super tired. I don't know if it's like the time change, the jet lag, whatever you want to call it. It was a good day. It was a good signing. I really enjoyed it. I've never been on like the author assistant side of it, and I'd kind of been thinking that maybe that wasn't like a space I wanted to take up in this community, that I kind of liked being a reader not really a reviewer because I don't write reviews. But yeah, just kind of being this. But it was really fun to sit there and chat with people all day. I've never read an Ivy Wild book, so I couldn't like really help her promote it. But it was really fun to chat with people and like see what they were reading and kind of doing that. So maybe it is a space I want to take up. I don't know. That's a topic for another day. So I will talk to you guys later. Oh my gosh, no, you're all moved around now because I went to go like get up and I saw my Catherine Amora bag. So I pre-ordered everything she had on her pre-order that I didn't already own. The first 3 books in the Windsor series I had gotten already at Book Bonanza, but I went ahead and picked up in the pre-order book 4 in the Windsor series, Broken Vows. I recently read this and absolutely loved it just as much as the rest of the series. And so, like I said, everything else, I don't know if all of her other books are in one series or if there's more than one series. But I picked up Bittersweet Memories, Until You, Dr. Grant, Forever After All, and Professor Astor. So these are the stacks that have to be packed up and put in suitcases somewhere. Put in a suitcase because I really don't want to check the books. That makes me so nervous. I'd rather throw like everything else that I own in my checked luggage, which may end up being what happens. So we'll see. I'm gonna go eat, like I said, do the whole outro thing again. I'm gonna go eat. I'll come back, hopefully try to remember to show you the packing up process.
Sun.